Let's go Broncos! We just got a double dose of great news from rookie minicamp, and I have a feeling it's going to completely change the conversation around Denver's running back department. If you thought the Broncos didn't have enough firepower in the backfield, think again. Not only do R.J. Harvey and Audric Estime look ready to take over, but now there's a dark horse name that's suddenly trending, for all the right reasons. And before we dive in, if you're a true Broncos fan who remembers Terrell Davis's 2,000-yard season, go ahead and like and leave a comment. Go Broncos! I love you unconditionally. Alright, let's talk about this explosion in the RB room. Everyone already knows R.J. Harvey is turning heads. He's got the power, the vision, the production against stack boxes, and now he's got a family endorsement from Leroy Jones Jr., one of the greatest boxers of all time, and his cousin. That's not just hype, that's a mindset. Roy Jones Jr. told the press that RJ was built different from day one, pushing sleds in a marsh, running parachute sprints before most kids could even tie their cleats. That work ethic didn't start last year, it's been ingrained since childhood. But as we talk about R.J. Harvey potentially leading the backfield, there's another name that just won't go away, and that's Blake Watson, and you better believe the buzz around Watson is real. Broncos Twitter is heating up over this guy, and for good reason. Watson made the roster last year over Samaje Perine. Think about that. Perine, who went on to play in the Super Bowl for the Chiefs, got cut because Sean Payton believed more in Blake Watson. That's not just a footnote. That's a massive endorsement. Watson flashed during the season too, getting snaps in big moments, including the must-win game that was flexed into Thursday Night Football. You remember that moment. Jaleel McLaughlin was hurt. Sean Payton didn't hesitate. He called Blake's number. And what did he do? He found the end zone and made defenders miss like it was Memphis all over again. And here's what makes this even more interesting. Watson isn't just a flash-in-the-pan athlete. He's a calculated weapon. At Memphis, he had a 135-inch broad jump, elite home run speed, and razor-sharp agility. He was dubbed Sean Payton's Joker last year for a reason. He fits that Kamara-type role, the kind of guy who can line up anywhere and make a defense guess wrong. And that's what makes this running back room so dangerous. It's not just about who the best pure runner is, it's about role, fit, versatility. Now, if you're thinking we're done stacking RBs, you're wrong. Because here comes another twist. The Broncos invited former Michigan and Cincinnati Bengals running back Chris Evans to rookie minicamp. Yeah, not Captain America, but this guy has real juice. Drafted in the 6th round in 2021, Evans was once a key piece of the Bengals offense before injuries derailed his early years. But when healthy, the tape speaks for itself. Evans was a weapon at Michigan, making defenders miss in the Big Ten, showing burst and great hands out of the backfield. His RAS score in 2021 ranked him second among all running backs in the draft. That's elite athleticism. And now, if healthy, he's in Broncos camp, looking to carve out a role as a receiving back and rotational threat. The fact that Sean Payton and George Payton even brought him in tells you something. They see upside. Real upside. This all means one thing. Broncos country, the backfield is about to be a war zone. You've got R.J. Harvey, who could be RB1 from day one. Estime, who still has believers in the building. Blake Watson, who already earned Payton's trust once and looks even sharper this year. Jaleel McLaughlin, the speedster who could still explode in year 2. Tyler Batty, who flashed in limited action. And now Chris Evans, an athletic freak with pass-catching ability. And you know what's most wild about all this? Sean Payton hasn't even looked at free agents like J.K. Dobbins or Nick Chubb. Those names are floating around the market. Dobbins? Free. Chubb? Working out, posting videos of him jumping over hurdles and squatting 700 pounds. And still, no calls, no visits, no interest. Why? Because Sean Payton loves what he already has. He's not just hopeful, he's confident. And that should make every Broncos fan confident too. We've gone from needing bodies to having an embarrassment of riches at running back. And that's not even accounting for the kind of run blocking we're going to see this year with a reloaded offensive line, more play-action setups, and defenses forced to respect Bo Nix's timing and rhythm game. Think about what this means for the offense as a whole. Last year, Sean Payton had moments where he literally scribbled run the / ****** ball on the back of his play sheet. But let's be real, he didn't fully trust the backs. This year, different story. He's got his guys now. No more makeshift game plans. No more wondering who's going to break off a run when the game is on the line. This time, Payton has his pieces. He's got a bruiser. He's got lightning. He's got shifty pass catchers. And he's got depth. This room isn't just better than last year. It's loaded to compete with anyone in the league. So now I'm turning it over to you, Broncos country. Let's get into it. Who makes the final 4-man RB depth chart? Do you think Blake Watson will leapfrog Jaleel or Estime? Is Chris Evans a camp body, or does he have a real shot? Is RJ Harvey about to become the breakout rookie of the season? Drop your comments below and let me know who your top 4 running backs are heading into training camp. And if you're fired up like I am, hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the breakdowns we've got coming on every one of these guys. Plus, check out the next video that's about to pop up. It's our deep dive into Sean Payton's evolving offensive scheme and how this new backfield rotation is going to unlock a whole new playbook. And let's take it one step further, Broncos country, because this isn't just about having a loaded running back room, it's about what that does to the entire offensive philosophy. Sean Payton has always been at his best when he has multiple backs who can do different things. Remember what he built in New Orleans with Mark Ingram and Alvin Kamara? It wasn't just a rotation, it was a system, a blueprint, a constant chess match for defensive coordinators. And now, he's got the pieces to do it again in Denver. Let's talk about that offensive structure for a second. When you have a legitimate 3-headed monster, or even a 4-man rotation, that gives Sean Payton flexibility to adapt game to game, series to series. You want to go power heavy? Roll out Estime and hammer the A-gaps. You want outside zone and misdirection? Slide in Blake Watson or Jaleel McLaughlin and stretch the field. You want to hit a defense through the air with checkdowns and angle routes? RJ Harvey and Chris Evans are your weapons. And when you've got that kind of depth, you don't have to wear any one guy down. You're not praying someone stays healthy for 17 weeks. You're attacking defenses with fresh legs in every quarter. That's a formula that wins games late in the season, and more importantly, in January. Now here's what's even more exciting. This system is tailor-made for Bo Nix. You can say what you want about his draft position, about the national media doubting him, but make no mistake, Sean Payton didn't draft him to babysit. He drafted him to operate, and a balanced, run-heavy, RPO-capable system with these kinds of backs is exactly what Bo ran at Oregon. This isn't a quarterback who needs the spotlight to shine. This is a guy who thrives when the spotlight is shared, when he can distribute, manage, and take shots when they matter. You combine that with a smart tight end like Evan Ingram, a burner like Marvin Mims, a technician like Pat Bryant, and one of the most talented rookie WRs in Troy Franklin, and suddenly the Broncos have something we haven't had in a long time, asterisk options, asterisk you can beat a team in the air. You can wear them down on the ground. You can play tempo. You can slow it down. You're not stuck in a one-dimensional box. And when you pair that offense with the number 1 ranked defense by PFF heading into 2024, you're cooking with gas. Let's talk strategy for a second. With this backfield, the Broncos can control time of possession like few teams in the AFC. That's how you keep guys like Patrick Mahomes off the field. That's how you frustrate elite quarterbacks. You run the ball. You keep the chains moving. You own third down. You take the air out of the stadium. And this running back room? It's built to do exactly that. Whether it's RJ Harvey cutting through arm tackles, Estime plowing through linebackers, Watson slipping screens for 30-yard gains, or Chris Evans showing off those hands on swing routes, you've got 4 very different skill sets, and 4 guys who could all start on other NFL rosters. But that brings us to a very real question. Who's getting cut? Because if we're being honest, there's no way we keep 6 running backs. Maybe 5, if one contributes heavily on special teams. But 4 is the likely number. So who's it going to be? Do you roll with the upside of Harvey and Estime and keep Watson as your wild card? Does Jaleel get edged out because of fit? Does Chris Evans prove too talented to let walk away? And don't forget Tyler Batty. This guy's not just a camp body. He flashed last year and showed up in key moments. He's got experience. He knows the system. That's another name in the mix. It's a good problem to have, but it's going to make for some of the most